Okay. I had all of a sudden my Facebook account not working. And I didn't even have on this account any kind of like, hey, suspension, you did something wrong. All of a sudden it just says you're permanently disabled. I lost my Facebook. I lost all my connections. I had a couple girls on there that said, yeah, let's go on a date this weekend. And I just lost it all. And it said it didn't follow community standards. What the fuck is community standards? What specifically could I do? Did I do? It just said, hey, would you want to do a review of it? And I said, yeah, sure, let's do a review. But I don't get it. I didn't say or do anything that was against, I didn't cuss. I didn't say you're an idiot to somebody. I don't get it. It would be nice to know what I specifically said. This reminds me of the shit when YouTube took down my video on it was a poker website, poker training, and YouTube just shut it down permanently. Didn't give me a reason, didn't tell me what I did. My only guess was that I put my website on it. Like I said, sometimes here's pokerpro.us.com. So I'm guessing that's what they didn't like. But again, I'm guessing. Reminds me of an ex-girlfriend and a kid that won't communicate with me about what I specifically said. So I know, right? It's just boom. You're just I'm done with you. I'm done. You know, that's it. Never no even like, hey, this is what I didn't like. This is what you did. This is the community standard you broke. I mean, how am I supposed to know what I specifically said or did when there's no communication as to what I did? Like authenticity, yes, I'm authentic. Safety, okay, I never threaten anybody. Committed privacy, okay, yeah, I didn't do anything against that. Dignity, I don't believe I said anything. I mean, if some woman said something ridiculous, then I'd say, hey, you're ridiculous, or this isn't right, or I could see me maybe saying that. But I mean, I don't get it. I don't promote crime. I don't do frauds or scams or deceptive practices. I don't do sexual exploitation or nudity or any of this nonsense. I don't do spam. It's just like what specifically didn't they like, right? Be a little nice to know before just going boom. It's like, screw this. I mean, you guys go ahead and comment below on things that you've seen happen that it's like my Poker Pro thing was shut down. And when I tried doing under that same name another poker thing where I made sure, okay, I didn't mention the website because I'm guessing that's what they didn't like. It's still like it was like boom, automatic shutdown. Like they would not even let me start a new YouTube channel, and I never got a reason why or what I did wrong or what they didn't like. They don't communicate. There's no way to contact anybody to say, "Hey, what's the deal?" Because if you send an email, it just goes to there is no email. There is nobody to talk to, and it's such bullshit. It really is. Talk to me. Tell me what you didn't like, what I did wrong so I know not to do it in the future, right? What did I specifically say that you thought was inappropriate and didn't follow community standards? And then I'll go, okay, I'll make sure in the future I don't, I abide by these community standards. But instead they just freaking shut you down. And just like with the YouTube channel, I lost so many videos, training videos. I spent so many hours putting in. I actually had running up to close to 1,000 subscribers, and I lost all those subs. And they didn't. YouTube never even told me what they did or didn't like. It was just like I think an AI bot says, "Oh nope, I didn't like this word or something," and just boom, and we just automatically ban. And it's just such fucking horseshit that they don't even have somebody that you can talk to that says, "Hey, this is what you said. This is what we didn't like." It just irks me to no end. So if you've had problems with Facebook, speak up. Have you ever gotten through to an actual human being? I think that's impossible at Facebook or at YouTube. It'd be nice to know how you did that because I've never been able to find a way to get a hold of a human being or an email that actually works. They purposely just it's just nuts. I screw Facebook. I'm done with it. So all the social media stuff is no good for you anyway. But I think sometimes if somebody doesn't like your content, like I have a YouTube channel that's probably going to get shut down eventually, where I give a try, and my purpose is to try to help guys that have been through what I've been through, and I basically started videos on that, and there's going to be some woman that doesn't like it, is going to turn around and claim that I abuse women or something ridiculous, and then it'll get shut down, and they won't even tell me why, just because they listened to whoever that was making up lies. I'm so tired of liars that if they don't like something, they just lie, and then I have to suffer for it because lies nowadays in this society are just taken as fact. People can say anything, and it's just taken as fact without any kind of this is really what happened, and without even talking to the person. We're just gonna I see this in Indianapolis, in the city I live in, where someone makes up something and then everyone just buys it as fact, and then it's nonsense. I have when I first moved here, I had some guy who left his dog with me, and I said, "Hey, I don't like you leaving the dog with me." I said, "I'll take him, but only for 2 days." Well, it turned into 2 months, and giving it to his ex-wife, and then all of a sudden I got calls from women that were his friends that I don't even know, saying, you know, "Why do you beat up women and stuff?" I'm like, "What the hell is this?" I've never even had a girlfriend down here. I've never would do anything of the sort, not even close. And it's because he was mad at me because I gave the dog to his ex, even though I gave him every chance to pick up the dog. And so he just made up a lie. And then, like, people in the motorcycle community just bought it as truth. And he gave out my phone number. So, what a bunch of fucking 2-year-olds. And liars drive me nuts. And if you got a problem with someone, you talk to them, you don't make up lies. It's just, I can't believe the immaturity and the bullshit of I hope these people get what's coming to them for making up lies and then suffering for it. I've gone to people and counselors and stuff, and they say, "Oh, well, you did this and this," and I'm like, "No, that's not true." And I have to suffer for people treating me like shit because they just believe people's lies without even knowing me. And oh god, you see it nowadays in the news all the time, where some woman turns around and says something, and then everyone just buys it as the truth. And then rarely does it ever come out that the woman was lying. I think in the Johnny Depp case, it came out like she was lying, but that's 1 out of 10 million that I think. And so anyway, I'm just keep going on my soapbox and rambling because I hate liars, and I hate if there's an issue with something, we just turn around and take it as the truth, and we just boot you and close your account without talking to a human being, without asking, without even telling us what I said or did that they didn't like. It's just, so how am I supposed to know what they didn't like? If I don't know, I don't know what I specifically did that caused me to get banned, but I'm done for now. But it just drives me crazy. So if you've had problems with getting booted and stuff, and I went on a rant there, but I've been so mistreated by liars in my life and by people that don't communicate and don't tell you why you did, what they didn't like, what you did or didn't do. Relationships have ended because someone thought something without talking to me as far as why or what I specifically did. No communication. You got to communicate in a relationship or it don't work, no matter what the relationship is. If someone did something that you didn't like online, like you violated something online or something, they deserve a reason or an explanation so they know not to do it again, or what specifically they did you didn't like. You don't just fucking ban them. There's an AI thing I nowadays. I think they just ban you, and it's not even with an explanation. Didn't follow community standards. Okay, I'm going through your community standards. I don't see what I violated. So, and you go on no reply, so you can't get a hold of anybody. It's just fucking. Leave comments below. Well, I also decided to just Google ban from Facebook. It says if you're banned, you can appeal the decision, provide accurate information, and submit any proof of required identity. It did ask me for proof of identity. So I did take a picture multiple times. I don't know why I had to do that multiple times, but I sent in my proof of identity. It said, okay, we got it. We'll get back to you. And it says right here, if it's a permanently banned, you must submit an appeal with a clear explanation and supporting evidence. Okay, number one, they don't give you a reason. Number two, there is no place to fill in explanation or supporting evidence. All it says is if you want to appeal this, click the appeal button. There is absolutely nowhere in there where you can provide supporting evidence or type an explanation of anything, right? There's an appeal button and that's it. Just so you know. It says fill out the form. There is no form. There's absolutely no form to fill out. Explain your case. I believe why the ban was a mistake. There is no area where you can explain and type in anything. Period. There is no form. So this is a lot of horseshit. It's mind-blowing. They basically just put in a button where you can't type in anything. You can't explain anything. There is no freaking form. All there is an appeal button, which you push. And that's it. And then it came back to me and said, ask for a picture of my ID. I gave it. That's it. Just mind-blowing. I mean, this is just as bad, the same as having a girlfriend and saying, is everything okay? Like, and then it's like, oh yeah, everything's wonderful, no problem, and everything else. And then all of a sudden, it's like you go to see your child. Well, no, you can't see your child. I have a FU, blah, 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 blah. You have nothing to do with you. You're not seeing her. No reason, right? And apparently she was mad, but when I asked her, like, a number of times, is everything cool? Are you okay with this decision for me not to go to this thing or that thing? Oh, yeah, yeah. And then she wasn't, obviously, but she told me she was. So, again, liars. Again, non-communicators. And this is right here. Why? I know I can't keep going to my personal shit I've had to deal with, ruin my life, but it's just like, it's just the lies and having nothing to do with you with no communication. It just drives me nuts. It's just like, you know, say men don't communicate. My ass, I communicate to death. I communicate too much. Men communicate, please. Women do not communicate. They will not communicate with you at all. I've always had unfortunate. I would love to have a girlfriend that actually talked and told me, I have a problem with this. You should do this and blah, blah, blah. Because I picked the ones that, you know, are just, they don't say or talk or nothing. And then, you know, you get to find out the hard way there was an issue. And then they turn evil. So, but anyway, I'm rambling again. It's just this lying and nonsense is just drives me nuts. Drives me nuts.